Hispanic, and Native Indians. Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, send the curses to them enemies.
Oh yeah, it's going down. Join us for this year's All Black Party, hosted by Commanding General Yohana and the Isupk. This year, it's going down in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year, brothers and sisters came out from all over the world. It was a packed house to celebrate the 2022 Hebrew Academy graduates. These brothers faced life and death, and as a result, they were honored on this night for their sacrifice and their victory at the gauntlet. But wait, this year it's going down. There will be a Hebrew concert featuring Captain Akai, 144 the Rebel. Oh yeah, it's going down. Join us for this year's party. General and the Isupk. This year, it's going down in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year, brothers and sisters came out from all over the world. It was a packed house to celebrate the 2022 Hebrew Academy graduate. These brothers faced life and death, and as a result, they were honored on this night for their sacrifice and their victory at the gauntlet. But wait, this year it's going down. There will be a Hebrew concert featuring Captain Akkad, 144 the Rebel, King Ty, Captain Ty Ward, Lost Tribes, Captain Katazai, I Won Your Allah, also known as Dope E, and Officer Natazai, UPK Natazai, and much more. It's going to be an open bar. Make sure that you get your tickets. It's going down this year, 2023, the 54th annual Passover and the annual All Black Party, hosted by Commandant General Yohana and the ISUPK. Still blessed and still we rise.
Hey, Shalom Israel. This is a public service announcement to all the sisters out there. You already know what time it is. Them Passover corsages is blooming absolutely right this year. If you a married sister, rock that red corsage. And for all the single sisters out there, the white corsage was made just for you. Stop playing. You cannot be Passover ready without rocking one of these. Just $10 to complete that fit for the Lord's 54th annual Passover. Pre-order yours now. Click the link below for more info. For just $10, I got a feeling that this is just the right batch of flowers to have you looking on point and official. Sisters, make it your business to get you one, and we hope to see you there. Shalom, Israel.
So I spit choo-choo, I taste the whole thing. Taking my style, I'm far from a lane, girl, just let me put it down, baby. She on the road, can get around in my coupe, me and you, we just cruising through the town lately. Ask me some questions, girl, do you mind? What would it take to make you mine, please? Tell me be you, and we can try. So I spit choo-choo, I taste the whole thing. Taking my style, I'm far from a lane, girl, just let me put it
Salakia. Bear with me just a moment. Count. I think that's the one. Count. Son Christ. Let me just make sure, Salakia. A little technical difficulties, but I think we should be good to go. Con, we straight. Hold on. All right. Most High in Christ. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barak a thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar, all the thun by Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command in General Yohana. You understand? Been in operation since 1969. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the truth according to the Bible that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are the true Jews of the Bible, the true Israelites, so to speak. The true Israelites of the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And also we've been bringing out, you know what I'm saying, the history and bringing out, you know, artifacts, bringing out everything, you know, that you would need to know the truth of this world. You know what I'm saying? And one of those main truths of that you need to understand, and that we've been teaching since 1969, is that the oppressor is in fact the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? And that's something that is very crucial to understanding. You know what I'm saying? Brothers in the school know that just saying that phrase, just saying that the oppressor is the devil, that's everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the answer to any question. You know what I mean? If you want some advice, if you ever get asked the question in here, and I'm not telling you to be, you know, to be coy or silly, you know what I'm saying? Of course, there's times where that's not quite gonna be the real answer, but you can rest assured that almost any question you get asked, somewhere along the line, the answer is the oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of. Somewhere along the line, that is the answer. You understand? That's the answer to every problem that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians face. You know what I'm saying? In this place, in this hellhole called America, this world. You know what I'm saying? That's the key right there. That's the kicker. Everybody wants to, you know what I mean? They want to go into the quasars and the stars and try to, you know what I mean? They want to go real deep into things, pause, right? But we never seem to, you know, just face the reality that every problem we have as so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians is because the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Who is the oppressor? You know what I'm saying? You know him as the so-called Caucasian man. You understand? You know what I mean? He calls himself the white man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he calls himself. He calls himself white when, of course, he is not white. You know what I'm saying? He's not white. You know what I mean? Because he is red. That is and that's what the Bible tells you. The Bible tells you that the devil is red. You know what I'm saying? He can't be white. This book right here, these pages are white. You understand? You might see a little bit of a reflection on the YouTube, but I'm telling you right here, I ain't never seen no oppressor whose skin looked like this. You understand? This is white. The oppressor is red. He's different shades of red. He is the devil. You know, the devil is not somebody, you know what I mean, with a pitchfork under the ground, under the earth, You know what I'm saying? With flames going all over the place, and he got a pointy tail and all of this. You know what I mean? And the little thin pencil thin Prince mustache. That is not the devil. Okay, that is a cartoon from the 30s. That is a cartoon. That's Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd. That is not real. The devil is is James in the cubicle next to you. The devil is Joe Byron. I know his name is Joe Biden. I say Joe Byron. I'm not playing around, right? But that's who the devil is. The devil is Donald Trump, Bill Clinton. Give me some more. Grover Cleveland. Going way back with that one, right? The devil is Herbert Hoover. You know what I'm saying? That's who the devil is. I'll give you some more. The devil is Mandy Moore. The devil is Britney Spears. Y'all know some of y'all like Britney. You know what I mean? That's I'm showing my age. Some of y'all probably don't even know who Britney Spears is. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Again, this is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. Priest and officer of 1,000, Thabawan holding it down. You know what I'm saying? For my brother, officer 500 yard mock could be here today. No sweat. We got officer 500 GP in the spot. What's going on, GP? Not much, my brother. Not much. So, of course, if you got any questions, you can go ahead and just type it. If you're online, just type it into the chat. You got questions in the room, just raise your hand, of course. But yeah, you can just type it into the chat, and if I can break it down, if I have the breakdown, then I'll go ahead and answer it for you. If not, you know what I'm saying, then we'll write it down and get it to the next priest to break it down for you when one of the Adawanyam come through, you know what I'm saying, to break your question down. So already we got a question from Officer Maya Shaw. Shalom, how about you, man? What's going on, bro? I got something. Pause what you like. I'm just saying, if you want to get down, you know what I mean? I know I got it over here. You know what I'm saying? Get down. The other mic. So you just gotta throw some batteries in there. Use this one, the black one, because this one like a lot of these, bro. We gotta get some food. Okay. Most High in Christ, the water. All right, so Officer Maisha Salak. So where can I find the standards for the tribes of Simeon, Asher, Gad, and Reuben? I looked in Deuteronomy and Exodus, and I couldn't find it for those tribes. Okay, so you're looking for the standard for Simeon, Asher, Gad, and Reuben. All right, let me think about this. Simeon is the axe, right? Bear with me. I might be able to help you, Salaki. I might be able to help you with that one, brother.
Salaki, what does he mean by the standard?
The standards. Okay, so each tribe has like let's look it up. I know I could just say it, but let's look up standard, because when we hear the word standard, we might think of, if a person has standards, right?
Right.
Like a person, they have a certain sense of morals, or they have a certain level of acceptability. But there's another form of standard that the brother is talking about. Let's get the definition of that real quick. You know what I'm saying? For the people at home who may not be sure what that means. The brother's excellent question, Salakia. Let's see. Standard definition. Here we go. This is the definition of a standard. This is the fourth entry from the Oxford Languages. A military or ceremonial flag carried on a pole or hoisted on a rope. So a standard can also mean a flag. So these would be basically the on their flag, each tribe's flag, there would be some kind of imagery that is associated with that tribe. So America, their standard is what? The stars and stripes. You know what I'm saying? If you're blackety black, I guess your standard is red, black, and green. I guess. I don't know. You know, different countries have a standard. You know what I mean? One of the standards of America also might be what? The eagle. You might see different images with the eagle on it. At one point, the standard of America was what? That damn snake that said, "Do not tread on me." You understand? So the standard is just, you know what I mean? It's like a almost like a logo. Almost like a logo for each tribe, right? So you can see we got the standards up here in the school, each tribe. Shout out to Officer Sadak. You know what I'm saying? I believe that brother, you know what I'm saying, hooked these up. No, I think, you know, he got the pictures. But I don't know if it was, I think it might have been Cap. I think Captain Nyathak might have been the ones who actually got the wood burning standards up here. You know what I'm saying? So you got Benjamin is the wolf, of course. Judah is the lion. Levi is the dice or the Urim and Thummim. You got the axe, the ship. Ephraim is the unicorn, I believe. Then Manasseh is like the bull, and on down the line, right? So the brother is asking, where can he find the standards for specifically for the tribes of Simeon, Asher, Gad, and Reuben? Good, GP. Those specific tribes, right? Okay. So that's what I'm gonna try to do is try to see if I can locate them real quick. I may not be able to get them, and if that, not no sweat, we'll go get Captain Nyathak to break down where we can find those particular standards. Okay.
Give me a second.
Simeon is the axe. Gad is what? What is Gad's signet? Is another good word. We all use the signet of King David because we are under the kingdom of King David is forever. King David's family is always going to sit on the throne of Israel forever. Period. Right.
You let me see. Did you try Genesis the 49 chapter? Did you already try that one?
No, you see it in there because I know that's where some of the other ones are. But let's see if
what were the specific tribes he was asking for?
Simeon, Asher, Gad, and Reuben. I know.
Well, I know Gad. I'm looking at Gad and Asher right now. Let me see. Reuben got to be the first one then. Yeah, I'm looking at Gad and Asher right now in the 49 chapter. And yeah, Reuben's in here too.
Okay, what does it say?
Let's see.
What's Gad's standard? I can't see it from here.
Give me a sec. I
think Gad is on the other side of the curtain there.
It's the arrow.
It's the arrow. Okay.
Yeah. This is Genesis the 49th chapter and 19th verse. Mm-hmm. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Right. A troop shall overcome him. That's what Gad means. A troop. Right. Let's see. But it doesn't say. Does it say anything? It doesn't say anything about an arrow in that particular verse.
No. Give me a second.
It got to be it's definitely got to be in Genesis somewhere. Because
here's verse 5.
Go ahead, read it.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Now,
but the thing with Levi is that Levi is the Urim and the Thummim, the dice.
Yeah. So and he wants the specific verses where it lists.
Mm-hmm. How do they say Thummim in English? It's like a different word. I can't even remember it. So, Lockie, bear with me just a moment. If not, no, it's no sweat. Like I said, right, the Urim and the Thummim. Okay. He put the breastplate and of Levi. He said, "Let thy Thummim Urim be with thy holy one." Okay. So that's where with Levi.
What chapter is that?
That's Deuteronomy 33:8. Let thy Thummim and thy Urim be with thy holy one. It said, let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men be few. Which one is Reuben again? What's the standard for Reuben? Does Reuben have a standard? Yeah, they got to, right? For Albin. Yeah, they got to have a standard. I can't remember what it is. Salakia. Somebody help me out. What's Reuben's stand? I can't see it from here because of the light. Can you see it?
I think it's a unicorn.
Is it the unicorn? So what's Ephraim?
Oh, no, if Ephraim's the unicorn.
Yeah, Ephraim's the unicorn.
Then they're a horse.
Reuben might be a horse.
Yeah, they're the horse, and then the unicorn is Ephraim.
Right. Yeah, Salakia Maestro. I'm not gonna drag it out. You know what I'm saying? Those four specifically, I'm not exactly sure where they are. Like I know because with all of them, all the standards, you know, there's no verse that says this will be the standard of such and such. That's not how it goes. Yeah. So, like, you know, with Judah, we know it's the Judah standard is because the scripture that says Judah is what? Judah is a lion's whelp, right? So, but exactly where it says for Reuben, I cannot recall, my brother. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get that up to either one of the Adawanyam or Captain Nyathak to find those specific ones because I cannot locate them at the time. I know the verse for Reuben says, let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men, Salakia, be few. You know what I'm saying? But no sweat. Yeah, we'll get it to one of the Adawanyams. The water for your question, but Salaki, but I don't have that breakdown for those four, or better yet, the location for those four at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get them. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, maybe tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We might have to wait till Monday. Khan, so I asked about those because those are the only ones I couldn't find. Khan, yeah, they definitely slip in my mind as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the location for those, so throw out for that question. This is definitely good because then, you know, when you get that answer, when we get the answer, it'll be good for all of us to have that. You know what I'm saying? So Tawada. If you got if anybody else has any questions, of course, again, just go right on the chat and just type in your question. You know what I'm saying? If I have the breakdown, I'll get that to you. Let's get Zephaniah 2 and 1, Baba Kushar, real quick. We started late, but we was working on that question. But let's get Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 to start off the class. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this is the Brotherhood class. You know what I'm saying? This is the Brotherhood class, and it wouldn't be right to not start with this one right here, man. And speaking of Brotherhood, man, let me say, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Commander General Yohana, you know what I'm saying, who always, you know what I'm saying, demonstrates to us the kind of decorum and, you know, that a priest of the Most High is supposed to have, man. Commander General Yohana, you know what I'm saying, told an excellent story last night, you know what I'm saying, about head priest Ariyah, you know what I'm saying, who recently passed away, you know what I'm saying, may rise again. Commander General Yohana told an excellent story and gave that man, you know what I'm saying, the proper reverence, you know what I mean, the proper respect for what he did in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers think that, you know, when a brother is gone or something, it's an opportunity to, you know, to down him and talk about what he didn't do and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all of us in this truth, in the Isupk, you know what I'm saying, that brother right there was, you know, instrumental to what it is we teach. Literally things that we teach today are things that brother, you know what I'm saying, basically came upon. I'm saying he had the vision for the 12 tribe chart. You know what I'm saying? We use that chart to this day. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for head priest Ariyah. You know what I'm saying? So again, rise again to that brother, and shout out to Commander General Yohana for just, you know, for not using it as an opportunity to big himself up. He could have done that, and he didn't do that. You know what I mean? So the water for Commander General Yohana. But let's read the scripture if we could, Baba Kushah.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
Man, oh man. Okay, let me see.
Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Salakia, read it from the top one more time.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation, not desire.
Man, this is a commandment from the Most High, man. It's a commandment from the Most High. Don't let it go over your head. Why? Why would anybody, why would it say that how it says it? Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Let me tell you something, man. In all my life, I have never seen a white man say, man, I got to get away from the rest of these white people. I've never seen it. I've never seen a white man say, I got to get out of this white neighborhood. There's too many white people. I got to go move out to where the black people are. I've never seen that. I've never seen a Chinese man, and I've seen quite a few in my life. And guess what? You go to their neighborhoods, go to Chinatown, man, in New York, or there's Chinatowns in damn every city, damn near, right? You go to Chinatown in New York, you go to Koreatown in LA, there's Chinatown in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? You go to any of those places, you know what I'm saying? You go to, in my neighborhood, you go to Flushing, Queens, right? You go to Main Street, and guess what? It's a bunch of Chinese and Koreans living side by side with each other, and they do not want to live near black people. They never ever leave the Chinese neighborhood and say, man, I really got to get, I got to go live where them black people live. I really got to go live where them Puerto Ricans live. Puerto Ricans live all up in the Bronx, right? And guess what? No one wants to live there. In the Bronx. The Bronx is a running joke as a place that no one wants to go. Why? Because it's nothing but a bunch of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, so-called Mexicans and so on, living in the Bronx. And so now no one wants to go there. It's considered what? It's considered the ghetto. I remember when no one wanted to go to Harlem. The only reason why they want to go to Harlem now is why? Because they're gentrifying it. Because Magic Johnson put a Starbucks there in like 2001. Around that time, I remember because I was there. Now, when there's a Starbucks and a Panera Bread and a Whole Foods, now they want to move into Harlem. But guess what? It's because the niggas is leaving. They're being forced out. They don't want to live next to you. They don't want to live next to Raheem and Shaniqua. They don't. They want to live near Bob. They want to live near Susan. So the Bible is telling you to gather yourselves together. So it says, "O nation not desire." So who could it be talking about? It can't be talking about Susan and Bob, because who doesn't desire them? I just saw a video of some girl, some sister. I don't know who, somebody posted on Facebook. It was it's a young sister saying, everybody talking about black women don't want to submit. Black women don't want to submit to black men. You know what she said? She said, yeah. She said, why should we submit to black men? You're a slave. She said the slave master is the one in charge. She said, so why should we submit to you when we all got to submit to the white man? So guess what? So I'm going to just submit to him. I'm not going to submit to you when you got to submit to somebody else. I said, damn, we destroyed like that. So she basically telling you, because you a slave like her, she going to get her a white man. You are so undesired in this place. We are so undesired in this place that we don't even desire each other. I think y'all see where I'm going with this. When you don't desire each other, you are what? Read my mind. What are you from each other? If you don't desire each other, you will be what? Anybody? Anybody online? If you don't desire each other, damn right, my stars making excuses to get with Tom, Dick, and Harry. But if you are not right with each other, if you can't stand to be with each other, then what are you? For time's sake, I'll give it to you. You obviously are separated from each other. And if two people are separated from each other, well, let me say it like this, Salakia, bear with me. If two people are together, then what sense would it make to tell them to get together? It wouldn't make sense. They're already together. And as we just said a few minutes ago, you don't got to tell Chinese people to get with each other. You don't got to tell white people to join white people and move into the same neighborhood as them. You're so undesired in this place that whenever you move into a neighborhood, the property value goes in the dirt because no one desires you. If you black, so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, no one desires you. You ever been to a Native American Indian reservation? I haven't, but I've spoken to my brothers in the Isupk who have. Some of them grew up on them. You talking about a hellhole, man. You see a Native American Indian reservation makes the projects look like, Buckingham Palace. That's called being not desired. And the Lord is saying what? He's saying for those people who are not desired to what? To come together. And isn't that just the most, for a black man, telling a black man to gather with another black man is you might as well be pulling his teeth directly out of his mouth. Pause. With pliers. That's just too much. It's just too much for black men to not hate each other. Hispanic men. Native American Indian men hate each other's guts. Are you kidding? They hate each other. The oppressor, you know what I found out? This is crazy. In the jail system, now, of course, I don't have much experience with the penal system, pause. But from what I understand, in the jails, right, there are so-called, Hispanic gangs, right? Black gangs. And it's also white gangs, right? Interesting, right? But the black gangs kill each other. Bloods kill Crips. Crips kill Bloods. GDs kill BDs. BDs kill GDs. I mean, give me some more. What else we got? I mean, we got vice lords. We got a million different names for ways to murder each other. We hate each other so much, we'll create new gangs within gangs. Because that's the new thing now. Right now, it's not just Bloods and Crips. You clicked up.
Yep.
You go to New York, you know what I'm saying? Now you ain't got to forget a Blood and a Crip. It's woos and shows. You know what I mean? Same thing anywhere else. My brothers put me on even in North Carolina. It's the same thing. Brothers is clicked up. You think just because one cat is a Blood, it'd be a Blood and a Crip killing you together because you from the wrong neighborhood or you from a different block or what have you. Everybody's clicked up now. That's what we do. But do you know that the white gangs, they don't do that. They don't do that. They're all under pretty much the same, card or umbrella. I forgot what they call it. So the white gangs, they'll discipline each other, and if murder is part of that discipline, like, I mean, in an extreme case, they'll take it there, but that's rare. That's just not what they do. Their whole purpose is to do what? Is to fight against the other races. That's the whole purpose. And then I found this out and I said, man, that's some black people stuff. That's some Israelite stuff. In California, the white gangs are clicked up with the Sureños. That's the Southerners. That's Hispanics. Then you have the Norteños, who are also Hispanic, the Northerners. But the Northerners don't get along with the Southerners. The Northerners are cool with who? They're cool with the black people. So you have an entire race of people divided in half, killing each other in the name of being cool with the oppressor, even in jail. That's why the Bible has to give a commandment to gather together. Because if God didn't say it, we would be here for the next 8 million years on this earth hating another brother that looks like you. Nothing makes a black man more angry than seeing somebody that looks just like him. Nothing. It's just, he don't trust him. That's why you mean mug each other. That's why we mean mug each other. I don't trust no black man. I don't trust no niggas, no spicks, as they say, right? Or no wetback. I don't trust them. No, but I trust Tom, as Maya Shaw said, Tom, Dick, and Harry, you trust. But what about that football player that put his foot all the way up that sister's backside? You don't hear about that no more. That white football player that was beating Sonic rings out of his black girlfriend. And I'm sure she told everybody that she got herself a white man and was so proud about it. That was like maybe what, a year and a half ago?
2 years ago, I believe.
Like 2 years ago, where that football player beat that sister halfway to death.
I remember.
And then was sitting there eating while she was on the floor bleeding out, and turned and said, when she woke up, he was like, "Oh, you're still alive?"
Yep.
Hey, man. But sisters want to get with the oppressor, right?
Yep.
Because black men ain't good enough. And you black men, you make me sick too. Talking about you want to get you a white woman.
What they call them? They call them
white zaddy. You want to get with white zaddy. And now you brothers want to follow suit talking about you what they call it? TP
passport bros.
Passport bros. You passport bros. You are a clown, brother. Salakia. Passport bros. If you weak, just say that. Just say it. You understand? Now, of course, in the ISUPK, are we saying that black women are perfect? Are we saying that black women don't need to get their act together on quite a few things? I've been in the truth. I'm young in the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm very young in the truth. But in my short time here, I've seen it broken down many times that our sisters need to do this. You know, they need to learn how to submit to their men and their husbands, to love their husbands, how to raise their children, to get out of the abortion clinics. I've heard those things. Continue to hear those things. I've taught those things, right? And I've also taught that brothers need to do the same thing. Brothers need to take care of their children. Brothers need to stop what? Brothers need to stop putting these women away, these sisters away. We've said all of those things. You understand? So now when I tell when I say what I'm saying to the passport bros, it's not because, again, I think, black women can't be or there aren't some things they need to fix. But guess what? If there are some things they need to fix, then let's fix them together, man. Read it from the top, brother.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah. Gather together, O nation, not desire.
That also goes for the passport bros. And you sisters that want to get white zaddy. Pause. That goes for y'all, right? Because the Bible's telling us to gather together. How you gonna gather together and you sitting up here married to, you know what I'm saying? What's the cat Eve is married to? Ain't she married to some rich Ofe? He's like
some
a
heathen billionaire.
Yeah, some heathen, computer nerd that makes apps, some Silicon Valley cat. You know what I'm saying? Eve, I remember when Eve came out. I remember she was, she was the hood chick from Philly with the short little curly joint with the red. She had the red hair. You know what I mean? She was all of that on the motorcycle, on the Rough Rider motorcycles and all of that. And then she ended up with this guy. That's cool. That, again, because what? The first thing we want to do is get away from each other. She couldn't wait to get away from black men.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't wait. She remembered all them days growing up in the ghettos of Philly, in the streets. I don't know if she's from the north, south, southwest. Philly's weird. It's like got north, south. I don't know. But I don't know what part she's from. West. I don't know what part of Philly she's from, but I can guarantee you she was tired of them niggas. Tired of them. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes when it comes to our celebrities, man. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be shocked that Michael B. Jordan, if he don't end up being an actual gay man soon, I would not be shocked if he end up with some devil. Because that Lori Harvey put a hurting on him. We gotta fix these things. Yeah, GP, please.
Speaking of Michael B. Jordan, I saw something on social media, which I'm rarely on. I saw something yesterday, I believe, where I guess he was at a red carpet or somewhere. He was doing some promotion for Creed 3. And some woman he was talking to some woman that was interviewing him. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember the girl name, but a conversation came up about him being corny. And he was like, well, yeah. He was like, well, you used to say the same thing about me too back in the day, when I was younger. And I look at stuff like that, guys like that were called corny, and then years later you see who they started dating.
Absolutely, right? That's what I'm saying. You right on it, GB, because that is what happens all the time. And I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Michael B. Jordan is the next passport, bro. That's what happens, right? Like 1 minute, you in school, you in high school, and you might be one of them brothers, you're not really into the lifestyle that a lot of our people be into. You're not too heavy into the whole, how do I say, urban persona. You know what I mean? You're not too heavy into the urban persona. And so now, you like to chill and play with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you know what I'm saying, and things like that. You're more of a man of culture. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's all about. I get it. I remember I'll never forget when I was a kid, man. Quick sidebar, right? But it's still on topic. I'll never forget when I was in, what grade was I in? I was in like 5th grade. Either like 5th grade or 5th or 6th grade, something like that. And I'll never forget. Now, I told y'all many times, I went to school with all Muslims, basically. My school was basically like, it was majority black Muslims. I ain't gonna say her name, but I remember her name. And one of these little black Muslim girls, who, by the way, they was the worst kids in the damn school. But
it's like, hold on. When you say black Muslim, are you talking about the religion, or you mean like people from like?
No, I mean NOI, Nation of Islam. So I'm saying black Muslims, so you don't think I'm talking about Sunni and Shiites.
Okay.
So so like Freeway is a black Muslim. Everybody in Philly is a black Muslim with a big beard.
Yeah,
but I don't mean those kind of Muslim. I mean Malcolm X before his trip to Mecca, Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan Muslims. I went to school with them, right? And I remember one time this girl was so mean. She was just a mean little black girl. And I asked her one time, I said, yo, why are you so mean to me? Like all the time, like, what's up? Why are you mean? Why are you mean to everybody? And she said these exact words. She said, man, because y'all weird and y'all are into weird stuff. I said, like what? She said, like Dragon Ball Z. I said, damn. So a black man can't like some Dragon Ball Z? That's how it is, man. But guess what? If it's not for the ISUPK, I might have been what? I might have been a passport, bro. I might have said, man, these black women, you know what I mean? You look down on us, man, because I'm not cool enough. Let me go overseas and get ling ling. Let me go overseas and you know what I'm saying, and get Svetlana, some skinny Russian, right? That's what you think, passport bros. You're a damn idiot, right? Why? Because she's going to divorce you and you are going to be left in the dust. I cannot wait till that damn Jenny Mai divorce Jeezy. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. They're going to break up. He's going to be on child support, paying all the money. She's probably going to say, I'm not going to say that she's going to accuse him of abuse or whatever. You know, Lord willing, that doesn't happen to the brother. But listen, the cards are not in his favor. That Moabite or whatever she is going to end up leaving that brother. You know what I mean? And he'll be sitting there, damn, I could have did this with a black woman. Might as well. Might as well have did that with a black woman. Because guess what? At least a black woman, you know what I'm saying? You know what time it is. Why not give a sister, you know what I'm saying, that opportunity that you give Jenny Mai? Jenny Mai? Jeezy was the damn snowman. He sold black people on this image of the drug dealingest nigga in Atlanta for 15 years. And ends up with her. Salaki, brother. Let's read this one more time. My bad, brother. We got to move on, but let's read it one more time.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
This is for you passport bros. It's for you sisters that love the oppressor, man. This is the Lord talking to you right now. Read.
Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together.
Told you twice. Read.
O nation not desired.
O nation not desired, man. You are that nation that's not desired. Salaki, bear with me just a moment.
Hey, step one.
Please.
Hey, while we're on the topic, you brought up something earlier, man. Heavy topic. I believe it was when you was talking about Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, man, like, and even when you said something about like the whole Dragon Ball Z thing,
Mm-hmm.
well, like, and I've noticed that, like, I've noticed how when it comes like specifically our sisters, I'm gonna just say Judite just because that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
familiar with. But I've noticed how, like you say, like a guy, you know, he might take a black guy, you know, he might be into the anime or whatever. You know, he might be in the video games and he'll get called weird or lame. But I'll see those same type of sisters that like Eve, when they go get them an oppressor, he'll be the same thing that Judite man was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's a bit odd. But for some reason, when it's a black dude, he gotta be a gangster though.
Right.
Like, damn.
That's heavy point. No, that's brother. That's heavy what GP said. Don't let it go over your head. Why? Because it's true. Listen, I bet you when Eve was still dealing with black men, he had to be the most gangster, thugginest, you know what I'm saying, scariest black man on the man.
I'll tell you how bad it was. I don't mean to get disgusting, but there's a video. I'll say that word. It's a video with her and Stevie J. And I'm like, so when you were black men, you go that far.
Right.
But
exactly. I'm pretty sure the devil, I don't know. That's none of my business. But I know what you're saying, brother. It's like the standard that you have for a black man, again, he got to be probably, he got to with tattoos and he got to, you know what I mean? He got to have a certain mentality. But then you go get with this fat devil and got kids by him. I think she got 201. I'm not sure how many she got. But I know she had his baby. Right? I'm telling you, man. That's really what it is, man. Because we cannot stand each other. It ain't got nothing to do with how corny you are. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It has everything to do with us being raised in a society that teaches us to hate ourselves.
Yep.
Simple and plain. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you passport bros, it's the same thing. Because again, I'm gonna go get you a woman that's docile. And what are you talking about, docile? The general just brought up the divorce rate in China is insane. It's like worse than America. Are you kidding me? They don't even stay married to their own men. They're gonna stay married to you. You're a fool. Tiger Woods thought that crap too.
Shit.
I remember when Tiger Woods in the 90s and 2000s when Tiger Woods, when they would ask him about his race, and he didn't like talking about race. He didn't want to say he was black. He was like, yeah, I'm cobbling Asian or something like that. He was all mixed up. At least that's what they teach, right? His father was straight up black man, right? But his mom was, Korean and something else. So he used to like to say, oh, I'm not just black or whatever. That's what he did. But guess what? He got himself a what? He got himself a white woman. And I'm sure he thought that he was set for life. And then the next thing you know, she was screaming for and beating him upside the head with his own golf clubs. He hasn't won a major since. He might have won one, maybe. I don't think he's. Did he? I think he won one.
I think he might have won one.
I think he won one major since that broad who was like damn good.
But he's like a shell of himself.
He's a shell of himself, and it's golf. It's golf. I'm not saying golf isn't difficult. I'm saying that golf is a sport that people play when they retire from their other job. You can play golf until you're like 80. Tiger Woods is like what? He might be he's in his 40s. I think he's about like 46, 47, something like that. He should still be competitive. He ain't won a major or more than one major since that broad put that club to the side of his neck. It ain't happened since, man. For all of that, he could have did what? He could have got up with a black woman. Because he thought, and she was a freaking nanny or something crazy. She wasn't even special. She wasn't a model. She wasn't what do you call it? Salakia. What's the beauty contest? Miss America.
Yeah.
She wasn't Miss America or Miss Sweden or none of that. She was a regular white woman babysitter. And he married her. And then you know what happened after that. She beat him halfway to death. broke his windows. Isn't that what they say black women do? Black women make songs about it. Jasmine Sullivan, you know what I'm saying? What she say? Break the windows or whatever, something like that.
I bust the windows out your car.
Bust the windows out your car, right? That's what black women do. I know you've seen the image. What's the movie? GP. What's that movie?
Thin line between love and hate.
Not that one, but that's a good one. Damn. With Angela Bassett, Whitney Houston, Loretta Devine.
Stella Got a Groove Back.
No, not that one. Leela Rashawn. Oh man. Somebody in the chat help me out. Whitney Houston is in the movie, and and Angela Bassett, she burned the car with the clothes and all of that. What's the movie, man? Waiting to Exhale. That's the one. The water. My rib got it. Waiting to Exhale. That's the one. You thought black women was the only ones who did Waiting to Exhale. Meanwhile, Angela Bassett's been married to the same nigga for the past 30 years. Courtney B. Vance. They've been married for like 30 years, and she's still with him. Say what you want to say about Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. They was really with each other. You know what I'm saying? They had their problems, of course, and whatever. And I resent that idea that Bobby Brown introduced her to drugs. I don't know how true that is. Whitney Houston was a sister. The opposite. Yeah, Whitney Houston was a sister from the ghettos of Newark, New Jersey. So there's that. But nonetheless, that's a different topic. But you always get this image of black women doing this, and they breaking the windows at your car, and they waiting to exhale, or they are the sister from Next Friday. They pregnant with your baby, and they chasing you around, and they got Baby D chasing you around the car. That's what your image of a black woman is. But guess what? White women do that too. They do it more. Some Chinese woman doing the same thing. You're not doing better in life by getting with some oppressor. And a black woman, what's he think about a black man? A black man is going, he gonna beat you upside the head. Oh, they just so they so toxic. They so damn toxic, right? But like my brother brought up, man, that white man beat that sister halfway to death. I'm waiting for something to come out. What's the cat name that just won a Super Bowl? Is it Travis Kelce or the other one? The two Edomite brothers. The one is on the Eagles and one is on Kansas City. I think it's Travis Kelce. He got a black woman.
He's on Eagles.
Two of them. They're brothers. There's Travis Kelce, and then there's another Kelce that's on the Eagle. I think Travis Kelce is the one that's on Kansas City. I think he's the one on Kansas City with my homeboy. I think he got a black woman because he's like a wigger.
Yeah, he's Kansas.
Yeah, he's like a wigger. He got that attitude, like he kind of want to be black and all that, and he got him a black woman. I mean, again, I pray that nothing happens to that sister, but I'm telling you, if you get with one of these oppressors, man, you get with one of these oppressors, and you need to be very, very careful. If you're a black woman and you're single right now, don't do it. Don't do it. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. We're gonna talk about that real quick, man. Let's stay on this topic since we went into it. Yes, Maya Shaw, a sister, is giving it to Travis Kelce. A sister, a black woman. You understand? And we all mixed up, man. You watch sports. Whew. The whole NBA is made up of, and again, ain't nothing wrong. If a brother has a black father, whatever his mother is irrelevant. Okay, I'm not saying that he's any less of a black man, he's any less of an Israelite, because he's not. However, it is so interesting to me that half the NBA is filled with brothers who got white moms. Yeah. Their fathers is former NBA players, and they got white moms. Now, Steph Curry's mother does not identify as white, so I won't throw him in that mix. But I know for a fact that Klay Thompson's mother is white. Blake Griffin's mother is white.
David Robinson's son.
David Robinson, what?
You know, he got a son in the NBA.
Really? That's crazy. He seemed like a brother that just, I could imagine that David Robinson just loves a white woman. That makes sense. Good night. Yeah, man. Let's get this Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3 real quick. Let's get that real quick, Baba Kusha. We staying on this topic, man. The what do you call them? The passport bros.
Yeah,
is a sin, man. It is a sin to be a passport bro. Yeah, there's a lot of them in the NBA. A lot of them. Their fathers was in the NBA or was some kind of athlete, and they got with a white woman. And now you see them. I mean, shoot, look at the NFL too. That damn my homeboy. My homeboy, man. I was telling GP the other day. I like Patrick Mahomes. He can play. He's incredible. But as soon as he starts talking, brother, I was taken aback. I didn't expect him to talk like that. He talks like the illest dude, bro, I've ever seen in my life. It is very harsh to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. But he's a black man. And now his father his father who is the most isn't that funny how that goes? His father is, for lack of a better word, a very, how do I say it in a PC politically correct way? His father is very homely, so to speak. You know, he's definitely got a vibe of a brother, you know what I'm saying, from around the way. He gets with some white woman. They pump out Patrick Mahomes. Then Patrick Mahomes, because he's raised around these kind of people, gets with a white woman. And now he has a son or a daughter. I think it's a son. I think he has a son with her, his wife.
The baby looks white.
The baby looks like a straight up Caucasian. Now that baby is going to walk past the Isupk and hear us say that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And he may not know he is an Israelite. Now, granted, the scriptures tell us what? That the spirit beareth witness. So he definitely will have an opportunity. If he comes in here, he shows us his pedigree. My father is Patrick Mahomes, and his father was in. Then it is what it is. But you getting with these oppressors, man, and you just making it that much more difficult. Mike Shaw said he knew he wouldn't get a sister. I mean, once I heard him talk, I didn't know. I know he'd been in the league doing this thing for a while, bro, but I just kind of got into football more recently. I was more into it when I was younger, a little bit, but I kind of got back into it. And I didn't know he talked like that. I didn't know. Once I heard him talk, I'm like, yep. That's exactly what it is. I already knew. I didn't even see his wife, but I knew who his wife was going to look like. You know what I'm saying? You got that, brother?
God.
Let's read that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou do what?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Now you're going to tell me and the brothers in the Isupk, we teaching hate. You teaching all that hate. How can you teach that hate? You're so hateful. It's so hateful for you to say the things you're saying. Well, if we're teaching hate, well, then, I mean, you must really, really have an issue with this Bible, because everything we're saying is coming directly from the scriptures. Everything. We're not saying nothing that's not in the Bible. Where's the Christians at? I want a Christian to explain this to me. I want a Christian to come into the chat and tell me, what does Deuteronomy 7 and 3 mean? If we're, because they, you know what they say, GP, they say, oh, you're interpreting that wrong. You're twisting the Bible. Okay, well then tell me what it means by what? Read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
It says straight up, don't make marriages with them. Read on, brother.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Man, and it keeps clarifying. It's telling you cannot give your daughter unto his son. You cannot give Eve to somebody. Find that devil's name. Somebody find that devil's name and put it in the chat. You cannot give Eve. I think he got one of them European names, Wojcicki or something like that. You cannot give Eve to that devil, even though he got $1 billion.
Maximilian Cooper.
I'm bugging. Not Wachowski. Maximilian. She got with good old Max. I ain't talking about Max B. She got with Maximilian Cooper. The Bible says you cannot give your daughters to their sons. Can't do it. You understand? You can't give Eve to Maximilian. You can't give Whoopi Goldberg to every white actor from the 90s. Ted Danson and all of them. Every time you turn around, Whoopi Goldberg pop up in a movie, she in love with a white man in the 90s. Y'all don't remember that because you're too young.
Jennifer Lopez as well.
That's another one. How could I forget GP? Every damn movie, she with a damn white man. Jennifer Lopez was what? She started out as a fly girl on In Living Color.
Jenny from the Block.
Jenny from the Block. She's from the Bronx, right? And as soon as she got a chance, she was made in Manhattan. As soon as she got a chance, she was hugged up on Ben Affleck in that terrible movie, and then she ended up getting back with him. We just can't stand each other. She couldn't stay with Mark Anthony, right?
Nope.
Couldn't stay with Diddy.
Nope.
She got to go get back with Ben Affleck. You understand? But you can't give your daughters to their son. It is a sin. It's a sin to have sex with white people. I'm gonna make that very clear. It is a sin. Marsha said Jill couldn't even love her brother in a movie. She couldn't. She couldn't love her brother in a movie, man. It's a sin to have sex with white people. I know that if a Christian is watching right now, they're about to have an actual conniption. Their brain is going to explode. Because I'm telling you, if you are not already married to white men, so right now, Jennifer Lopez, I'm certain she's probably having sex with that devil. That's her husband. So black men, Hispanic men, keep your hands off of her. You know what I'm saying? I know a fake Israelite probably think that he can just take it from Ben Affleck. No, you cannot do that. That's her husband. If she come into school tomorrow, she find out she's an Israelite, she want to come to class, Most High in Christ, she do her 90 days, she get a new name. She is no longer Jenny from the Block. She is, you know what I'm saying, something, you know, what nah, your pa something. We're going to love her because she's our sister, and she's still going to be married to that devil. That's just what it is. And she going to go home. You know what she going to say? He going to say, hey, honey, how was class? She going to say, it was great. We learned that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And we learned that we could never trust the oppressor. And we learned that when Christ comes back, he's coming back with millions of angels to destroy America. You know what that devil's going to probably end up doing? He's probably going to leave. He's probably going to leave her. And then, of course, as the scriptures say, she don't got to go back to him. That's what it is. He left. That's his business. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. That's what GP said. Shalom. Shalom. And then if he left, I got to get the breakdown. Is she available after that, GP?
She is.
She's available?
I mean, she has to get counsel.
She got to get counsel?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
I already know the answer to that. It's immediate counsel. It ain't, no. It's like, and while we're on the topic, it's going to be counsel because I know of a personal situation, not with me, but it's going to be immediate counsel, and they're going to want to know, okay, brother, did you put her away? She's no longer, like, counsel's going to make sure. They're not just going to say, oh, she's single, she's available. Nah. Nah. And I've right. Again, I'm not going to say names, but I've known of situations like that with, you know, couples in the school,
right?
And the school really tries to go out their way, like, okay, can this marriage be saved?
Right.
So I can actually vouch for that.
Hey, look, you heard GP. Hey, hands off, Maya Shaw. Pause. No. She got to get reconciled.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She got to get reconciled. We got to call the devil. Look, Mr. White Man.
Yep.
What's the situation with her? Are you just upset right now? Or are you just having a moment? Do you still want to be with her? Or is this? And if he say, look, I love her, but we're going to say what? As GP said, sis, that's your husband. But if he says, hey, look, I moved to Dubai, you know what I'm saying? I am doing da-da-da-da-da. I got women over here. I don't even know who you're talking about. I ain't got nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? Then Maya Shaw said he got dibs, but I think there's a chain of command that might have to.
Sloggy, you can have her. I got a strict rule. You went with.
Don't sweat, brother. GP got standards. No sweat. But you cannot give your daughter to their sons. Read on, GP.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Mm-hmm.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Oh, man, that's a heavy one right there, man. You just dropped the bomb on a fake Israelite, GP. You just dropped a megaton atomic neutron bomb on a fake Israelite because they believe that a black woman can't get with the oppressor. They believe that. They believe Eve shouldn't be with that devil. That's right. They believe that Jennifer Lopez shouldn't be with that devil for sure. But they believe that they're going to get a Chinese concubine. They think they're going to get, they believe that Jeezy can be with Jenny Mai. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that to a fake Israelite. He can be with Jenny Mai. Give me some more. Give me some more brothers with some devils or some heathens. Who else we got? Tiger Woods. I mean, I don't think he's with anybody right now. He's probably scarred for life. Come on, man. I know he got some more celebrity brothers. I know Charles Barkley used to love her. Is he with a white? I think he's with. Yeah, Charles Barkley.
I think he's still married.
Charles Barkley is still married to a devil
because he has a daughter with.
Yep. He's always loved white women. He used to love Madonna. Charles Barkley. Who else we got? I think Michael Jordan got him a devil.
No, I think she's some type of.
You sure?
Northern tribe.
Okay, no sweat. Most High in Christ. That is the case. Wayne Brady. I mean, come on, brother.
Seal.
Seal. I always thought Seal was African. You not African?
Is it?
I think Seal might be African. That's if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I think Seal.
He might be.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Seal Henry Olusegun Olamude Adeola Samuel.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, hold up. Wait a minute. Seal is not an African. What? It says he was born to a Yoruba mother, that's African, and an Afro-Brazilian father.
Oh.
Seal is an Israelite. Ain't that something?
Wow.
That's crazy. I thought he was African since Batman Forever. Since that damn song came out. Baby. Like since that joint came out, I swore, but I thought he was a Hamite. Come to find out he's a brother because his father is Brazilian. Interesting. Wow. I might do some more research on that one. Right. Eddie Murphy got a devil. Damn. Terrence Howard got a devil too. Maya Shaw, you killing him, brother. All them brothers with devils, man. And fake Israelites think that's okay. But the Bible says that you cannot give your sons to who? To their daughters. You cannot do it. It is a sin. Listen, brother. I know you've been watching porn since you were 5. I know you've been watching all kinds of Baywatch and Carmen Electra and all of that, and you got all kind of fantasies up in your stupid head from all the nasty porn you watched. But it is a sin to have sex with white women. You cannot do that. You understand? It's a sin. I'm just throwing out numbers there, Maya Shaw. Come on, don't kill me, brother. Salakia. Whatever age you started watching that sinful crap that is unlawful, That made you what? It made you look at them white women a certain way. You saw them videos, man, and everybody knows all that freaky, nasty, extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I mean, again, like GP said, I'm not gonna get too disgusting. You know what I mean? Black people, when it even comes to sex, we have standards. You know what I'm saying? Like this, some things are too freaky. It's enough just to put a rod in the Matrix and go to town and have fun. That's how black people generally do things. But when you want to get into what these oppressors start doing, now you want to, you know what I'm saying, involve all kind of things that black people generally are not into. I remember in the night, again, I'm speaking from experience. Maya Shaw, you close to my age, bro. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I remember when in the 90s, you mentioned some freaky stuff and black women would be like, oh, I don't do that. I don't do that. Now, sometimes they was lying, but still, they would have the image like, oh, no, that's what it would say. That's some white girl stuff. That's the white girls. You remember that? When they be like, that's I ain't no white girl. That's what white girls be doing. But now we just, it's fair game for everything, right? That's what it is. But we've always had standards when it comes to the things that we do. You understand? And this is why you can't be joining with these oppressors, man. You a black man and you get with some oppressor woman, next thing you know, you're gonna be bending over, brother. That's what you're going to be doing. She's gonna say, let's try something. You're gonna try something, all right. You're gonna lose your manhood trying to be with Sally. That's why the Bible says, God said, what? He said you cannot give your sons to their daughters. They're off limits. They're off limits. Don't look at them. Don't think about them. Leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Again, your stupid porno fantasies, keep that crap in your head. Do not go out here and try to get you one of these devils because you are committing a sin. All right? Any more on that, GP?
Let's end of that one.
Come on, drop that. Give me the book of Nehemiah to the 13 and verse 23. We're gonna continue with this.
You said Nehemiah.
Why? This is the Brotherhood class, man. And it's about time for so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to have some brotherhood towards one another. Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 23. It's about time for us to have some brotherhood. And part of brotherhood, you understand? Your relationship with your woman is brotherhood, man. Oh, young man Trey said Terry Crews got a devil. Again, everything y'all saying makes so much damn sense. They just got passport bros written all over them. I'm not surprised. Isn't Terry Crews the same one who let some white man fondle his rod in a party, and he just stood there? Is that the same Terry Crews we're talking about? Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And if you notice, like all these black men that we're naming that get oppressive women, you know, they all seem to have the same personality, the same trait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you ain't like I could see if you said, yo, Jada Kiss got him a white girl or something like that.
I'm a hold up. You right, GP. Let me pause. Let me throw a monkey wrench in that real quick. Remember, 50 Cent was with Chelsea Handler.
Damn, he was. He was. I forgot about that one.
50 was with, and guess what? And again, you niggas get on my nerve. Why? And I'm not saying that, oh, if you're gonna go get with a white woman, get with a beautiful. No, don't touch no white woman. But you brothers, y'all get the doggest, most horribly ugliest, just dirt nugget oppressor women you can find. That's what you get. And when a white man gets a black woman, it'd be Eve. It be, some sister that every black man would love to have, right? But you brothers, especially down south, Salaki GP. Y'all brothers down south, y'all be driving around in a white woman's car, and then I see the woman who it is, and it's like, damn. No sweat, right?
Brothers need a place to stay.
Right, you need a place to stay.
That's what that is. Shit, you ain't got to. I already know.
You need a place to stay. 50 Cent, 50, aka Ferrari, from Southside Jamaica, Queens. He's from my hometown.
Salakia.
Go ahead, G.
Look, an old head had told me this years ago. He said you could tell how good a man is doing in life depending on the woman he got.
Right. And 50 Cent got all kind of money, all kind of shows, classic albums, and music, and all of the different business ventures, and the vitamin water, and all of this. You gotta imagine this brother. I mean, has probably had an opportunity to be with some of the finest. He has been with some of the finest women. We know that at one point he was with Sierra. He's been with fine black women, Hispanic women, probably all his life. He was with Sierra a little bit after she was with Bow Wow. That's like old news. You didn't know that, right? Yeah. Before Russell and Future, Sierra was with Bow Wow and 50, right? But nonetheless, all these black women and so-called Hispanic and Native Indian women this brother has dealt with and could deal with. And he has a section in his book. I read his book where he talks about his relationship with Chelsea Handler. Are you kidding me? My sister 50 had Megan Good. He did have Megan Good. Wasn't she in the video? Was she in 21 Questions? I think she was in the video for 21 Questions. I think Megan Good was in the video for 21 Questions. There's no section in the book about Megan Good. I don't think there's a section about Sierra, but there's a section in the book that talks about his relationship with Chelsea Handler. If you don't know who that is, Google this white woman right now. She's like a good 15 years, or maybe not 15, because 50 is probably now like 44, something like that, like 44, 45, 43, somewhere around there. Chelsea Handler has got to be at least 55 years old. She's got to be. She's at least 10 years older than his brother. You understand? You get where I'm going at with this? Because GP asked, he mentioned something, right? And for the most part, you're right, GP. But these brothers don't care. You can be a nerd. You can be a you know what I'm saying, a so-called thug or whatever you want to call it. Go ahead. You looking at pictures of Chelsea Handler?
This bitch ain't even 50.
How old is she?
She's like 48. But she looked.
That you see? You see what I mean? I thought she was like 55 years old.
No, bro. That bitch is not even 50. Like white women age like milk.
She is aging like milk. She is aging like milk.
Lord have mercy.
Chelsea looks like the blonde crypt keeper. She does. She looks like the crypt keeper. She is aging horribly. And that is who 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson wanted to be with?
Like Vanessa Williams is damn near 60 and she's still attractive.
Vanessa Williams is damn near. How old is Angela Bassett?
She's in her 60s. And she looks younger than her. I lied to you not. She's in her 60s and she looks younger than this woman. Without makeup.
Come on. Leave these oppressors alone. That's what you're going to deal with. One day, Eve is going to wake up and she thought that, you know, her husband was Maximilian when he was younger and making new apps and making money. She's going to wake up one day and she's going to be in bed with Joe Biden and she's going to still look the same. She's going to still look like Eve and he's going to look like Joe Biden in the bed next to her. And she's going to be thinking, damn, what the hell did I do? Good night, brother. I thought she was like 55 years old. Oh. Damn, read that Nehemiah chapter 13 verse 23, Baba Kusha.
So like, I had a precept too for the last scripture that we had. This is Tobit 4 and 12.
Hold on, I was going there next.
Okay, well, no sweat. Okay, no sweat. Okay. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives. Jews that had married wives of Ashad or Salakia, Ashdod, of Ammon, and Moab. Of Ammon and Moab.
I always, he said that Jenny might be getting me upset, be getting me hot. Pause. Because damn, because just like Nehemiah said, I seen Jews that had married, you know what I'm saying, women of Ashdod, of Moab. I seen it. Go ahead.
Of Ammon and Moab.
Of Ammon and Moab. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashad, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
And their children spoke half in the language of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language. They couldn't say what? They couldn't say Anya, Ahabya. They couldn't say Shalom, Yahweh, Shemal, Shabbat, They couldn't say Yahweh, Shemal, Thunba, Shemal, Shah. They couldn't say none of that. They could say Nihao. They could say Nihao and you know what I'm saying, and all that tingling pause, you know what I'm saying, gibberish. That's what they could speak. And this is in the time of Nehemiah when he was in captivity. I think this is Babylon. I believe this might be the Babylonian captivity, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? No, it might be after. It's after Egypt. So this might be going into the Persians and the Medes. Yeah, this might be going into the Persians and the Medes. And he said, I seen Jews who had married women from Moab and Ammon, and they could not speak Hebrew. Go ahead.
And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
Go ahead.
But according to the language of each people.
But they spoke according to the language of each people. They were speaking some good English, some proper English. Why? Because their mothers were white nannies like Tiger Woods. They spoke some good Filipino because their mothers, you know, were Jenny Mai. They spoke some good French and German. All of that.
Yeah, so like
his brothers got. We got GB.
And it's sad when, you know, when brothers decide to do that, because, you know, they rob their children of being able to speak not only the, you know, the language of our people, but the greatest benefit of doing that is not only do you speak the language of our people, but you also speak the same language as the angels. But when you don't, you know, but when you marry these heathen women, man, and your children only know our own language and culture, man.
That's right. That's heavy. But GP just said it's so heavy. Don't let it go over your head, man. We speaking in the Hebrew. We understand the Hebrew is the language of angels, man. The Hebrew is the language of the angels. This is how the angels communicate with each other and with the Most High. The angels don't say I. They say Anya, right? The angels don't say what? What are the words? The angels don't say iron. They say barzal. You know what I'm saying? They speak that Lashawan Kodash, right? They speak that language, and Nehemiah is upset because he was seeing the children being robbed of this. He was seeing these children who couldn't even speak the language of their forefathers, man. And that extends too. I mean, even now, you get with some white woman and you got these children and they talk like what? They talk like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes does not speak the language that we speak. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't, because of the fact that his father chose to be with a devil, right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 25. And I contended with them.
And I did what?
And I contended with them.
No, I hugged them.
And I contended with them.
No, I said I love you, and it's love is love. We're all friends.
And I contended with them.
Nehemiah contended with them. So, Maya Shaw, you absolutely right. That Jenny Mai and Jeezy, all of that stuff, it does get me hot. Pause. It gets me upset and angry. Because why? Because just like the prophets of old, I don't want to see this happen to my brothers. I don't want to see my brothers dealing with these heathens. I don't want to see my sisters dealing with these heathens. You understand? Nehemiah said, I contended with them. He didn't say I hugged them and kissed them and said it's all good and love is love and live and live and let live. No, he said I contended with them. Go ahead.
And I contended with them. And cursed them.
And did what?
And cursed them.
And cursed them. He went at them, man. He went at them for going with these devils, these heathens. He wasn't no punk. He didn't sit by on the side and say, well, what can you do? And, in love, you got to love. You can't put a price on love, and love doesn't have a color.
Love is love.
Love is love. You can't. There's no color. He loves us all in the rainbows, as my brother say, in the Skittles, all of that. That's not what Nehemiah said. Nehemiah didn't say that. So why are we going to say it? We're not. In the Isupk on the Command of Juliana, we're not going to say love is love and live and let live and God is all love. We're not going to say it because the prophets of old didn't say it. We are going to go to the highways and byways with our like our mitris and our war scarves and our headbands and our garments and our covers and our boots and our fringes and our gold teeth and our braids, and we're going to say what? The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, and it is a sin to have sex with a woman who is not Black, Latino, or Native Indian. That's what we're going to say because Nehemiah said it. And when we see a brother, go right now to the Isupk Durham YouTube. Go to Isupk the 919 where we put all of our camp videos. And right now you will see that our top video is a video when Officer of 5,000 Zion Ya'ala went at a brother. When I say went at him, he didn't go aggressively at the brother, but he told the brother, he said, look, you my brother. You should come to class. You should be with us. We love you. God loves you. That brother said that he had a white girlfriend. Did Officer of 5,000 Zion Ya'ala say, hey, no sweat, brother. God is all love. You should bring her on to the class too. And we could all learn together in fellowship. No. Officers of 5,000 Zion Ya'ala said, no sweat. Leave that dog at home. You can come to class. You should come to class, brother. You should come to the Passover. You should come to the feast. We got the Feast of Purim coming up. You should come to all the feasts. You should be around the brothers and the sisters, but leave that dog at home. That's your dog. She's yours. It is what it is. We're not telling you to leave her and divorce her. No. Fake Israelites tell you to divorce your woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a heathen. That's still your woman. You have a responsibility. You made a choice. You weren't in the truth, but you made a choice. It is what it is. That's like if you got a tattoo. Some brothers got tattoos in the school. We're not telling you that you got to go get the tattoo laser removed. But you can't do what? You cannot get any more tattoos. Now that you know it's a sin, you can't do it. Now that you know it's a sin, what can't you do? You can't get you any more white women. But you know what you can do? You can get you as many Black, Latino, and Native Indian women as you want. And that's probably going to make that devil leave. You can do that. That's an option. Get you a new, fine, Black woman and say, oh, yeah, I believe in, and I learned that a man can have more than one wife. So this is my new wife. That oppressor is probably going to skedaddle. Okay? But nonetheless, we're not telling you to leave that oppressor. We're not telling you that. Right? But we're just doing again what the prophets of old did. So read verse, what was that, 25 again? I contended with them.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 25. And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them.
Did what?
And smote certain of them.
What does it mean to smote? What does it mean to smote? It's to show you how serious this is. Now, right here, we're not telling you to do this. Don't go smoting. Don't smote. Don't smote a brother because you see him with a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't smote a sister because you see her with a Chinese man. We're not telling you to smote anybody. But what does smote mean? That's what Nehemiah did. Con. Or somebody sure that's correct. It's a hit. So smote means, right here, I got the definition here in the Oxford languages. Smote, to strike with a firm blow. Smite. You know what I'm saying? Even the phrase smitten, which is a metaphor, you hear somebody say, oh, I'm smitten with her to describe some kind of affection or attraction.
Yeah.
It's still describing. It's thinking of the idea of being hit, right? Like they say, you got hit by what? Cupid's arrow, which is some stupid nonsense in the naked babies. But it's still that word smite means to hit, right? So smite is present tense and smote is past tense. So Nehemiah said he smote certain of them, meaning he what? He actually physically went at them. He put hands on them, pretty much. Read on, GP.
And smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair.
He plucked off some of their hair, man. He grabbed them by their hair, man. He grabbed them by their hair. Bro, what's wrong with you? What's up? Plucked off some of their hair, man. Read on.
Damn. And made them swear by God.
And did what?
And made them swear by God.
Imagine Nehemiah in a rage with a handful of afro, with a handful of some brother's afro saying, yo, swear you're going to leave these white women alone. Swear you're going to leave these Moabite women alone. He said, I made them swear. Go ahead.
Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons.
I swear that you are not going to continue this cycle of giving your black daughters, your Hispanic and Native Indian daughters to these devils. Swear that you are not going to give your black, Latino, and Native Indian sons to these devils. That's what Nehemiah did. He didn't hug them. He didn't say, kumbaya. He didn't sing We Are the World, We Are the Children, and the Rainbow People. He grabbed them by their afros and pulled their hair till it was coming out and said, swear that you are not going to teach your children that it's okay to be with the oppressor. Read on.
Nor take their daughters unto your sons.
Oh, and that's the other part you fake Israelites do not want to accept. Because again, you are a fake Israelite and you're addicted to porn. You need to admit it. You have a problem. You are addicted to porn, and when you walk outside and you see white women, all you see is the nasty pornography you've been watching. And so you want to get you a concubine. A concubine? Are you dumb? The concubines that we had in the Bible, okay, were because we would have what? We would have civil wars and internal battles. We would have fights with each other, and we would take women from each other's tribes. You understand? That's how that worked. It happened. Shoot, I think the tribe of Dan basically got wiped out.
Yep.
Because they ain't had no men. They had a bunch of women that all the other tribes were having sex with. That's what that means. You're not gonna have no. Listen. Like the general said, man, we're all trying to get the kingdom, right? If the kingdom of heaven to you has white women in your bed, Mike Shaw said, fake Israel need a 12-step program for that porn addiction. That's correct. Y'all need a 12-step program for that porn addiction. You need help. That is a real addiction. Don't worry. I'm not going to judge you. I've been there. You need help. You need to talk to someone professionally. At the very least, you need to call General Hyman and get some help. You understand? That's the truth, though. You understand? But how the hell, if you're trying to get the kingdom of heaven, how can it be the kingdom of heaven if a white woman is in your bed? Are you an idiot? That proves that you don't realize that sex is marriage, dumb. You don't, if you teach, or some of you think you don't teach that sex is marriage and then say you're going to have a white concubine, you think you're going to treat her worse? Because she's your concubine? Like you're a dummy. You're a dummy. If you have sex with a woman, she is your responsibility. You are responsible for everything with her. Least of all, her psyche. And I Isupk can come in and General Yohana, we're not teaching you to just, be some cat laying pipe to women and then gallivanting across the world and you don't got to worry about your women. And no, that's not what this is. And remember, in the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to be at war no more. We're not going to be at war no more to where you got to go well, you got to go to war, you got to battle. So you're gonna leave your wife and your family. No, we're in the kingdom now. You're in the kingdom, and you're gonna have Ling Ling in your bed. And what's she gonna do after that? What is Ling Ling gonna? Is she gonna cook for you after that? What is she gonna cook?
Mm-hmm. Duck beat.
What's the GB?
Duck beat.
Duck, yeah. Me and my rib. That's one of my favorite pastimes. Ask my rib. Ask Sister Lawaya. At nighttime, I watch videos of people in Korea and Japan eating street food, and I just sit there and laugh my head off. Me and my rib seen something so disgusting the other night. I think it might have been last night. I laughed. I laughed so much. It felt like I did an ab workout because what they were eating and cooking was so gross. I could not. It was funny to me. I couldn't believe it. And what? You're gonna marry one of them? For what? You're gonna have kids with her? What's the point of that? You're a fool, man. And again, your porn addiction is out of hand. Officer Maya Shaw said they think that's an upgrade. Yeah, Maya Shaw, I'm telling you, they think that's an upgrade. They do. Passport bros, they think it is an upgrade to have an oppressor or a Moabite or an Ammonite or some freaking Polynesian, Hawaiian, something, or some East Indian. This is an upgrade to them. Was that food moving? Believe it or not, the what we saw wasn't actually moving. I see moving food all the time because they love a squid.
Oh, God.
They love a squid and an octopus. They love it over there. But no, I saw something. I don't even know what it was like. It definitely had swine in it. So that already, I'm like, oh God. But it was something else that they put in. I was like, I could not believe my eyes. It's all on YouTube. You can look it up. They got all kind of night markets. People walking up 2 o'clock in the morning eating squid. Disgusting. Right. You understand? That wouldn't be the kingdom of heaven if you lay next to a devil or some Chinese woman. Salaki. Read on, GP. Let's finish this one out.
Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons,
Mm-hmm.
nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
Or for yourselves. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
What?
Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
What's that word?
Sin.
He did what?
Sin.
Solomon was what? Sinning. You read the Bible, right? You read the Bible and you a scholar and you know the scriptures and all of that. You in the truth. What? You think that you can have sex with white women. You think you can have sex with Chinese women. You think you can have sex with white men and Chinese men and East Indian men and all these. But the Bible just said that Solomon was sinning when he did that. Yes. So to answer the question, was Solomon sinning when he was having? Yes, he was. It is a sin to be with these other nations. Read that part again.
No. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel.
He had the love of the Most High. The Most High loved him, and even he sinned by dealing with these heathens. Go ahead, verse 27. Finish verse 26.
Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
Right. That's in verse 27.
That was in the 26.
Can I read 27?
Verse 27. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives?
You are transgressing against the Most High when you marry strange women. Meaning what? It is a sin to marry strange women. And what is marriage according to the Bible? What is it? Sex. In other words, what we've been saying in Isupk is what the Bible says. It is a sin to have sex with white women. It is a sin to have sex with anybody who is not of the 12 tribes by way of their father. If her father is anything other than a black man, a so-called Latino man, or a so-called Native Indian man, do not touch her. Drop that. Give me Tobit 4 and 12, the one you was talking about. Let's get that real quick. We almost done. Read like 2-3 more scriptures and then we out of here.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of all what?
Of all whoredom.
Beware of these whores, man. Like we said, my Shaw said it too, man. That porn got you messed up. You got to beware of that whoredom. Go ahead.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
And chiefly, what does it mean by chiefly? What does chiefly mean? I got the definition right here from the Oxford Languages. Chiefly means above all, mainly. It means above all things, the most important thing. So the Most High said what from the top?
Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of all whoredom, my son. Go ahead.
And chiefly.
And chiefly, mainly, above all, go ahead.
Take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Do what?
Take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Take a wife of the seed of thy fathers. We just said it. This is the Bible talking. This is God talking, who you love so much. This is not the ISUPK just ranting because we're so angry and so upset and we just, oh man, no. We're telling you what the Bible says. We're telling you what God said. He said, chiefly, mainly, above all, the most important thing on this topic is to do what? Is to take a wife of the seed of your father. What is the seed of your fathers? Meaning whatever your father is, you got a wife from the same what? From the same stock. That's what I mean by seed. You got GP?
So I got one. And just for the the fake Israelite groups out there, could you explain what it means by the seed of thy fathers? Because they might think literal and think,
Okay.
Because they already think that they can get heathen women, so, and they already believe in so yeah.
I got you. Look the water for that. The seed of thy fathers. The seed of thy fathers simply means what? Like we were saying, you're from the same stock, the same family, but not the same family. No, because why? Because in the book of Leviticus, it tells you what? That you cannot have sex with your what? Close to kin.
Yeah.
You cannot have sex with your mother or your sister. You cannot have sex with your daughter or your niece or some nastiness. That is unlawful. Cannot do that. If I'm not mistaken, I need clarification on this, but your cousins on your father's side, I don't believe you can have sex with them either. Now, I know that there were brothers in the Bible who ended up marrying their cousins, but I think those cousins were distant cousins who were like on their mother's side. It's not treated the same, okay? But on your father's side, like your father's brother's daughter, no, because that's close kin. You're from literally the same seed. That's how you end up getting all kind of weird defects and things like that. So when it says the seed of your fathers, it's what? The tribes which you come from. You come from the tribe of Judah. You come from Levi. You come from Benjamin. You come from Simeon. You come from Naphtali. You come from Ephraim. You come from Gad. You know what I'm saying? You come from Issachar and so on and so forth. Right? Those are the seeds of your what? Fathers. My father's father's father. My fathers are what? Judah. So I have to marry a woman who is from the same stock. She doesn't have to necessarily be a Judite. But to put it plainly, our fathers are who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You cannot have sex with meaning you cannot marry a woman who is not a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All three of them. You understand me? Does that clarify? Like GB was asking, does that clarify for you? All three of them. If she's a descendant of Abraham and Isaac, but not of Jacob, you cannot have sex with her. What does that mean? It means you cannot have sex with an Arab. Arabs are off limits for you, brother. I know you want to go to Dubai and you think they're so docile because they wear a burqa. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't be with them. Who else comes from Abraham? I mean, a lot of Abraham had his name literally means father of many nations. He had a lot of nations that come from out of Abraham.
I think Philippines.
I mean, just about. I mean, shoot.
Are the Philippines? Are they from
Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael. Abraham, Isaac. Jacob had Esau. Isaac had Esau. Nah, the Philippines, they're Moab. They're not from Abraham. Because remember, that's Lot. The Chinese and Japanese and Philippines and all of them, they come from Lot, and Lot was Abraham's nephew.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not you. I'm bugging. Noah's nephew. No, Abraham's nephew. Let me make sure I get that right. Yeah, I think Lot was Abraham's nephew. My bad. Right. Yeah, Lot was Abraham's nephew. I'm bugging. Yeah, Lot was Abraham's nephew. But yeah, so if they're not, they have to be a descendant. That's why Paul asked in the New Testament, he said, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. You have to be from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why? Because in Romans, in the book of Romans, in the 9th chapter, it tells you what? That is, neither are they all Israel. Sorry, I'm paraphrasing. That just because they came from Isaac, you know what I'm saying? That's not enough. And Jacob is the seed called. It's not enough to be from Abraham and Isaac. You got to be from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? So that's when it says take a wife from the seed of thy fathers, that's what that means. Go ahead, GP.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
And take not a strange woman to wife. Don't do it. Any more on that? Read on.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Not of thy father's tribe. She's not a Judite. She's not an Ephraimite. She's not a Simeonite. She's not a Zebulunite. She's not a Levite. She's not a Manasseh. You cannot wife her. Go ahead.
There was an old song too called "She's Strange."
Who's that?
That's Candy.
Cameo.
Cameo. Yeah.
Right. That's Cameo, right?
Yep.
Damn right. Maya Shaw said, "Console, I met a few idiots who thought seed of your father meant incest." Oh my God, man. No, seed of your father does not mean your fathers, because it doesn't say father. It says seed of thy fathers. And that does not mean incest. It means that you are from the same stock. Just like when Adam and Eve, when he said, now is this flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Eve was not his parents' daughter. She was from the same family as him, the same stock. There was different races on the earth even before Adam and Eve. Okay. And he got a woman that was of his race. That's all that means. Okay. Read on, GP.
For we are the children of the prophets.
For we are the what?
For we are the children of the prophets.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't mess with some woman that is beneath you. The oppressors are beneath you. These other nations, these heathens are beneath you. They're not on your level. Don't stoop low by putting rod in some heathen. It don't even match. Don't do it. Or letting some heathen up in you. Damn, sis. Oof, that's a rough one. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the children of what?
We are the children of the prophets.
We're the children of the prophets. Any more on that?
No, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all marry wives.
They what?
Even that they all
No,
married,
some of them.
even that they all
No,
married.
a couple of them.
They all married.
They all married. Our fathers from the beginning, they all married. Go ahead.
They all married wives of their own kindred.
They all married wives of their own kindred. Go ahead.
And were blessed in their children.
And were blessed in their children. Any more than that?
Last sentence.
Yeah.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
And their seed shall inherit the land. Get you a black woman. Get you a so-called Latino woman, so-called Native American Indian woman. So our seeds can inherit the land. That black woman deserves to have a black man. You know what I'm saying? That Native American Indian woman, that so-called Hispanic woman deserves to have a black, Hispanic, or Latino man. You understand? Black women, get you one of these. Black women, go ahead and get you a Hispanic brother.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no sin. That ain't no sin for a black woman. Get you a Hispanic brother. That is fine. Get you a Native American. Some of y'all like the flowy hair. You know, some of our Native American Indian bro be having the hair and all of this. Go get you one of them. That's to why marry. And if you have to, it's not, of course, a requirement. But if you can, if it'll help the brother, you got some brothers right now that probably could use a green card. Brothers from Mexico and South America, Central America. They want to come over here and work and do things, man. Get some counseling, man, and think about and contemplate marrying a brother from another tribe, from a northern tribe, so you can help him get a green card. So he can come over here and help us out, man, and do this work. You understand? Give him some. Drop that last one. Give me Song of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. It's the last one we done. I got a bunch of more scriptures, but now we're going to end on this one.
The book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
I want you to pay close attention to what this says when you remember who you choose to be with. This is the Brotherhood class. So this topic of interracial marriage, man, it is unbrotherly as a black man or Hispanic Native Indian man for you to go out there and try to be with some heathen. Same thing for you sisters. It's unbrotherly. Marriage is about brotherhood, if you didn't know. Understand? Brotherhood is not just about, the brothers coming together and having a drink, and that's cool too, and that's what we do. And always being brotherly, but being brotherly is about responsibility as well. You got to be when you think about your relationship with your wife, when you think about your relationship with your husband. I'm talking to my people, of course, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. Remember that if you're a sister, your husband is your brother. You know what I'm saying? And your wife is your sister. Obviously not literally, you sickos. Right? But in the sense of, first of all, she literally is family because we come from the same stock. Right? She's your sister also in what? In Christ. She's your sister in Christ, man. We in this truth together. We in this work together. Right? And she's also, you know what I'm saying, your sister spiritually as well. It still goes back to being your sister in Christ, right? But that's your relationship, man. I know some women, man, they know what it's all about. If you were a brother that got sisters or whatever, or vice versa, you know what it was like when you was coming up in school, man. You was coming up in school and some other, sister, some other girl was talking crazy. So you do what? You ain't gonna fight her. So what? You get your sister to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Or the sister, she get into some nonsense. Remember, whoever seen the movie The Wood? Remember in The Wood? Remember when they had that bet? When they had that bet, he went and touched Shorty. You know what I'm saying? Touch her behind and everything. And who she bring? She brought her older brother Stacy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You get your siblings. You take care of your siblings, right? You watch out for your sibling. You'll fight for your sibling. You know what I mean? You'll go to bat for them. Well, your husband is the same thing. Your wife is the same thing. She ain't just somebody that you just sleeping with and you just mistreated. You wouldn't do that to your own sister. You wouldn't do that to your brother. So you got to think about your marriage in that same way. Make sure that you understand that your husband is your brother, man. Take care of his psyche. Take care of his, you know what I'm saying, his manhood. Make him feel, you know what I'm saying? Like he can do things. Give him the same support, you know what I mean, that you would give, you know what I'm saying, again, to your brother, to your sister. Get that sister, you know what I'm saying, some encouragement, man. Don't always be so catty and angry and mean to each other. Be nice to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we're family. And even more so, because this ain't the family you were born in, it's just a family you chose. Right? We're gonna read this scripture from King Solomon. Read that, brother.
The book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Chapter 5 and verse 1, Salaki.
Oh, you said 5 and 1.
God.
Oh, okay, my bad.
This is a very important scripture. I love the scripture right here, man. We all know that the Song of Solomon is basically a series of back and forth dialogue between King Solomon and his wives. Not one wife. It's Solomon singing, or better yet, talking romantically to his wives at different times. And so this is another part of that. Let me know you got it, brother.
The book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
I am coming to my garden,
Mm-hmm.
my sister.
Mm-hmm. I am coming to my garden. He putting that poetry on it. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all be into the R&B. He putting that. Give me some good R&B. Some good R&B. GP. I know GP know. Me and GP be riding on the way to Canvas, Charlotte. He be playing all the.
Hey.
So like he don't want everybody to know. I need some good R&B. What's some good R&B, man? Some good romantic.
Well, ironically, there's a song called Secret Garden.
Who is that?
That's Barry White. I think what's his name? Thriller. He did Thriller.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, Quincy Jones, I'll be sure, and I'm forgetting who else, but it's like
I got you.
Yeah,
but that's a good one, right? But yeah, that Barry White, man. Barry White got them songs, man. You go listen to that. So Much to Give. You go listen to that. You know what I'm saying? What's the other one he got?
Ecstasy.
Yeah, Ecstasy. What's the one I like? He got, me and my Ruby stay listening to Barry White. He got a bunch of songs, but it's like romantic. So Solomon is saying that he's kind of on that same tip. You know what I'm saying? He said, I've entered my garden. Go ahead, GP.
I am coming to my garden.
Coming to my garden. Go ahead.
My sister.
My who?
My sister.
My who?
My sister.
He's talking to his wife, but he called her his what? His sister. Because that's what she is to him. I've come into my garden, my sister. We're going to read on a little bit, but he's not talking about his actual physical sister. He understands that his wife is his sister in the spirit of the Most High and because they're family. I've come into my garden, my sister. Go ahead.
My spouse.
My what?
My spouse.
So his sister is his spouse. That's how you got to understand this, man. Your spouse is supposed to be your sister, not literally, again, for the 100th time. I got to speak plainly because as GP said and Maya Shah said, you know what I'm saying? Some people just don't, your mind just ain't there to understand these scriptures. Doesn't mean it's his literal sister. That is incest and that is a sin and that is wrong. And no, but this woman who is his spouse, he understands that in the spirit, she is also his sister. And he understands that because they come from the same stock, she's his family. She is what? Read my mind. She's what? Flesh of his flesh and bone of his bone. Read it again from the top.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. I am come into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, drink, drink abundantly, O beloved.
It's all just romance. But the point is that he's referring to his spouse as his sister. Now, let me ask you a question. If you get with Becky How in the hell is she your sister? You get with Ling Ling and Indira Gandhi. How can you call her your sister? How can you have that relationship with her? You can't, because she's not your sister. Literally. I remember a part. We're gonna be done in a second. But I remember, whoever seen Sister Act 2. It's been a while. Whew. There's a scene in Sister Act 2 where there's a cat, a white dude named Frank K, right? And he like to rap and all of that. But there's a part where he basically, long story short, he refers to Whoopi Goldberg's character as a sister. Because remember, that's how black people talk. Which how you know the Bible's written by black people. You say, that she's a sister. He's a brother. Saying what? He's black, she's black, whatever. At one point, Frank Case makes a statement saying that, this sister, she's a nun, is really a sister. And one of the brothers says to him, she's no sister of yours. That probably went over your head. Y'all probably don't remember that part. Go watch that movie again. And that part when he says, when that white boy says, oh yeah, she's a sister, and the brother says, she's no sister of yours. That's what it is. Because ain't no oppressor. To be your sister, she would have to understand the oppression you go through. She got to understand the experience you go through. You're from the same stock. Yeah. So you have to be able to communicate along the same plane. You can't do that with some oppressor or some heathen that has no idea what it's like to be black, Latino, or Native American Indian. They have no idea, no clue. You understand? So when King Solomon said these romantic words, when he said, I'm coming to my garden, my sister, my spouse, man, that right there is just letting you know who you have to choose, man. You have got to be, if you are a so-called black, Latino, Native Indian, you have got to be with a black, Latino, or Native Indian. No ifs, ands, or buts. And when you do that, always remember that woman is your sister and that man is your brother, and you have to treat them accordingly. All right. And so with that, is there any questions in the room or any questions online? If not, we're going to go ahead and start clipping it up. I'll give y'all a second to see if y'all type up anything. You know what I'm saying? If not, of course, the water for everybody for tuning in. You know what I mean? And again, Maya Shaw, we're going to get that answer. I know you had the question about the standards. I'm going to get with Cap about it.
Yeah, that reminds me. I did have a question too. Yeah, I think it was, might have been two, but I can't remember one of them. But one of them was about Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So who would that be today? The tribe of Dan. Do we know who that is?
Yeah, the tribe of Dan was incorporated into another tribe. I think mainly it's definitely a northern tribe, but I cannot remember which one. But the tribe of Dan was just because they didn't have enough men to continue. So, of course, with tribes go through what? Or they're determined by your father.
Yeah.
The seed. The tribe of Dan simply they weren't having enough sons. They weren't having enough men to where they had gotten so small, there wasn't enough of them to warrant a tribe of its own. Okay, so think of a tribe like a family. Again, General Muhammad uses an example of, how many brothers got the last name Williams or Jones or so on. So think of it like that. Like imagine you got a large family, the Joneses, the Williams, the Smiths, or whatever. But then you got this one family, it's just really, 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 really small. And it gets to the point where they're so small, they're almost like not a family. It's like a little clique or something like that. So what ended up happening with the tribe of Dan, they got smaller and smaller and smaller. And so they just they weren't a tribe anymore. And they just ended up marrying into another tribe, one of the northern tribes. And that's what happened to the tribe of Dan. Okay. So exact scriptures, I got to get them for you, but go ahead.
So they basically just don't exist.
I wouldn't say that they don't exist. Like any of us could be a Danite. Because again, like I said, they got incorporated into other tribes.
Yeah.
So
how would you know?
When Christ comes back, if I'm not mistaken, when Christ comes back, I believe the tribe of Dan is one of the gates. So I could be wrong, but the tribe of Dan will be, there'll be a tribe when the kingdom comes, if I'm not mistaken. But for right now, they're just not represented because there wasn't enough of them, and they, like I said, they got incorporated. It might have been Manasseh or Ephraim. It's definitely a northern tribe.
That's what I was thinking, because I was thinking at one point with who was it that gets over there? His brothers, Joseph.
Uh-huh.
So I thought Ephraim and Manasseh replaced that. I don't want to use the word replace, but I thought they took place of Dan, between Ephraim and Manasseh.
No, they didn't take the place of Dan. They didn't take the place of Dan. Dan still was a tribe. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why there's Ephraim and Manasseh is because Joseph got a double inheritance, but I don't think it had anything to do with Dan.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll get with Cap on like the scriptures for it and the explanation of I mean, like I said, I don't think Dan has nothing to do with Ephraim and Manasseh, but I do need the scriptures to show you where basically he got incorporated into the other tribes. But there are Danites on earth, put it like that.
Okay.
There are Danites. There's Danites in whatever tribe that is. You think a brother's an Ephraimite, he could very well be a Danite.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get with Cap about that one.
So then,
Was
like what Marshall was asking earlier, he was asking something.
Might be a Danite.
He was asking something earlier about a tribe. What was he asking about? He asked about
He asked for the standards.
So then, what would the standards be for Dan?
That's a good one. That one I don't know. That one I do not know what the standard would be for Dan.
We don't know.
That's a good question to ask, Cap.
Yeah, I don't know the
standard
insignia.
For Dan, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not too sure about that one. But Khan, no sweat. If nothing else, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class over to Priest and Officer of 500, Kaparyath. You got your mic, right?
Yeah. Security announcements. With Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra, which means 10th in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Purim, which is March 5th, and which is from March 5th through the 6th. And just as a reminder to all Akim and Akwathian to check on social media, such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for the ISUBK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf.